local people doing 45s. You know, I mean, just
Yeah.
like I don't know if that's.
Yeah, dude.
That's harder.
There's a few bands.
These are so bad at intros. I don't like intros.
Yeah,
Yeah, intros are weird. Just like, let's just skip that.
It's
part.
just weird.
Go straight.
Just like cut in like
Just like
a random
Just-
cut.
Yeah, we pretty much do that already.
Yeah.
I'll at least say we have Sub-Sahara with us
That's
here today.
right.
Thank you guys for coming out. You guys just performed 3 songs for us.
Yeah.
That was super cool. Are all 3 of those off this EP?
2 of them are in there, and one is the single that we released a while back.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. So, well, you guys just played like the Armory, right?
Last night. Yeah.
Last night. Oh
Last night,
shit!
yeah.
Yeah, so
I was just there
yesterday.
Friday.
Yeah.
I love that spot, man.
Yeah, the Armory is great, man. Like, there's always a good crowd.
Yeah. What's some of y'all's favorite spots to play around?
They're in
Three Links.
3 Links.
and Armory, definitely. Yeah, like
Good
those are some of-
exposure, like it's I don't
Yeah.
know.
Seems like a built-in crowd.
The Armory,
yeah. Armory
definitely. Like,
definitely,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter like who we're playing with. There's always people there, and like I mean, there's probably like a few people for us, but everyone else is just there to eat and drink, and they stick around for some reason, which is great.
It's a good mix of people. Like that's what I noticed. There's like people there definitely there for the bands to watch the
Yeah.
music, and then there's just like your casual bar goers or whatever.
Yeah, and they just stay there during the whole set. Like even for all the bands, like, you'll just see them there.
Yeah, that's the best, man. Really busy place. Then 3 Links is right off the street, so you're just
Yeah.
walking by and you can't help but notice whatever's going on in there.
Yeah.
So if it catches your attention,
Yeah, most of the time that gate is open and
Yeah.
and people just stay there for a few minutes. Sometimes they even walk in.
Yeah, it's kind of cool when they do that though. They're like, hey, I just passed by and I heard something. And
Yeah.
I wanted
It's
to check
happened
it out.
before. That's
Something
like
nice.
it's a great feeling when
Yeah.
people do that. Like they actually go inside the venue just to hear your music because it caught their attention. Like,
Yeah.
wow, that's
That's
a huge compliment.
Yeah.
I don't think does Armor usually have a cover? Because
They never do. No,
It's always
I mean,
free.
It's always
Yeah.
free.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
always over 21 though. So.
Oh yeah,
That's-
yeah. But like
the
you
whole
said, it's
catch.
packed, man.
It's always packed.
No cover. That's just it's the ideal place, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah. Where else have y'all played? What's your favorite show you've ever played?
Ooh, that's a good one, man. We've played some really good shows. And
I'll say Armory. One of my favorite shows was
oh
Armory.
yeah, like for our EP
releases,
release,
yeah.
that one EP,
yeah.
we played it in early November. It's like the second or third, because we did like a weekend run, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Denton. So
Okay, cool.
we did Dallas on Saturday, and I think it was early November, and all of our friends were there, and just it got crazy.
Great set. That's nice.
It's weird to see people moshing at Armory, but it happens.
Oh, okay,
Just-
shit.
people got really rowdy, like even like
You'll get in
crowd
trouble
surfing.
Yeah,
sometimes.
somebody-
Yeah,
the
depending
sound
on,
guy.
Yeah, the sound. Depending on who's doing sound,
Yeah.
like some guys are cool. They're like, they don't mind, but some of them are more strict. They're like, hey, can you guys please stop crowd surfing? Okay, I guess
Right,
whatever.
sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
That just means everyone's super into it, man. That's the response. I mean, you don't want people to hurt themselves or hurt other people, but
Yeah.
you can't help but like love when people are going nuts to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
music. Like you're making that happen, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. Well, what was your recording process like for this first EP? Where'd y'all record and stuff?
well, this is not our first, but
Oh,
well, it's our first on Spotify.
On Spotify.
Yeah, it's
We
Yeah,
have
that's
some
good.
old ones,
Yeah.
but this one we did at Dreamy Life Records,
Oh, nice.
and it was just, I mean, I guess like
is that at Cloudland?
the Cloudland,
Cloudland,
yeah,
yeah.
Dreamy Life. I said,
Cool.
well,
Yeah.
Cloudland,
Dreamy,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so and we released it through Dreamy Life, and I mean, just like the process was pretty standard. Like we did a live recording, we dubbed the guitars in, and like backing vocals and all that stuff too.
It was a fun process.
Yeah, it was very comfortable.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we're recording with Britt.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to
dude.
Britt.
Britt.
He's our
yeah.
homie.
Dude,
Like
hell yeah.
even before we started recording, we were just like joking around and like it was great.
We went to their open house. He had met him. He was a super cool
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah,
he
it was
actually
super
helped me.
chill.
He actually helped me get my studio started. I
Nice.
asked him
Oh,
some
so no,
questions
he's-
on like signal flow.
this
Man,
guy's a
he is-
wizard.
Yeah,
This
he's
guy
amazing, man.
knows
He's
what he's
amazing.
doing. He's
Yeah.
really good.
He helped me very well. Yeah.
So this is your second release?
Third.
Third release,
Yeah.
and that was the one through Brit and
Yeah.
Jude
Yeah.
Moore, right? What about the first two?
The first one we did it at Aqualab. I don't think they're around anymore. But yeah, that was our very first EP when we had no clue
Yeah.
how the recording process went.
It was
Like
hard.
we just
Was
we
that
booked 2 days and we're like, we'll just have some songs we want to record in there. We're like, we've never done this before, but it went pretty smooth.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Was that here locally?
Yeah, it's in Dallas. It was
Okay,
like
cool.
it's off of, you know where Reno's is?
Okay, yeah.
It's like
yeah.
right behind Reno's.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a cool spot.
What are your plans for new release this year, next year?
We recorded a song earlier this year, like at the beginning of this year, and we're probably gonna release that soon. It's just one song. It's called Barry,
Okay.
and
Through Dreamy Life and.
just
No,
we did
no,
this
no.
one at Berryland Studios with Jordan Richardson,
Okay.
another wizard.
No, I haven't heard of that. Yeah, I'm gonna check him out.
Yeah, he's son of Stan. Heard of Son of Stan?
Oh.
No.
I've heard some.
No, this, yeah.
So
So
we recorded
he-
another song on.
Oh
one
yeah,
of
we
the
did.
Compilation.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm-
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't know what's gonna happen. Like, so
Yeah.
we did another song at Cloutland
Okay.
for group therapy. That's I think it's their 4th volume that they're doing.
Very nice.
But we have no idea what's going on with it. So it's probably gonna come out this year or something. But hopefully it comes out soon.
That's pretty cool.
Because
That's cool.
there's a lot of good bands on that
That's awesome.
compilation.
Did they reach out to y'all for that to,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be a
yeah.
part of that? That's cool, man. Yeah, it would be a good opportunity.
And that's how we met them because how did we meet them? Like I think they hit us up about playing a show back when the Dreamy Life record store was in that library.
Library. Yeah, we
Okay,
played one of
yeah.
those Friday.
What's the name of the neighborhood? I always forget the name. Well, anyway, the record shop was inside the library. It was like
Right.
tiny, and they invited us to play there. And then so we met Robbie and Cameron and Britt. And then one time we got an email to see if we wanted to participate in that compilation, and we, of course, like it's
Yeah.
you have 1 hour to record one song.
That's cool.
It's free, and it went pretty smooth, and that's like we ended up liking the whole recording process. So we're like,
Yeah.
okay, we need to do our next EP.
Yeah.
Oh, so that kind of led into that.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's awesome.
Well, what are some of y'all's band influences y'all all agree on? Like something y'all kind of work towards, or do y'all?
You guys, you know what you're gonna say. Like,
Interpol.
The Cure, definitely.
Cure.
Like,
Oh, Cure.
We've been listening to like newer post punk, like Proto Martyr or like Preoccupation.
Proto Martyr's not from New York.
They're from Detroit.
They're from Detroit.
Yeah.
Gotta get that right.
I've heard of Proto
He
Mars.
said,
Yeah. Or
he said new.
No, did
New
you say
po-
New York or
no,
No.
I said new post.
Oh, I'm
Post-
sorry. I'm leaving now. Why you
I
gotta so
said
mean?
New York.
I'm the mean one. I'm like really mean, but I do. I apologize. I'm sorry. At least said New York, and I'm like,
Nah,
you gotta get your facts straight, son. Like, no, they're not from New York. They're from Detroit. But no, yeah, we do listen to like a lot of old school post punk and like the OG post punk and I don't know. I don't care what anybody says, but the Cure are the kings of post punk.
Very nice.
Okay, cool.
Y'all got
yeah,
a problem? Take it up with him.
I'll square up. I don't care. But yeah, like new like modern post punk is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of things going on. Like Russians are killing it too.
Human
Russians,
Tetris.
man, like Russian post punk is where it's at.
Yeah.
And most of them sing in English, but the ones that sing in
wow.
Russian, man, it's like
Yeah.
it's like dark and cold and fast and beautiful.
That's what we look for, dark and cold.
Yeah,
Exactly. That sounds
It's sometimes beautiful.
the darker the better.
That's right. Amen.
What was y'all's first show like? Very first show.
It was funny. It was really funny. Like we had no idea what to do. We had terrible gear, and well, he had just bought a drum set, so he was the only one with good gear. He bought it was like his first time playing it too. He bought a nice like Catalina Gretsch, like one of those like smaller ones. But man, like we showed up, we played at the door. Like
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I have like so much like respect for the door because that's where we like cut our teeth. Like, but probably never playing there again. And, but yeah, like it was like first song, my bass, the strap like the strap didn't break. The actual screw
Came out.
and just like it like
Yeah.
busted out like in the middle of the first song. I'm
It was the
like,
first note.
really?
No.
And then luckily our friends were playing after us, so he let me borrow his space, and I played the whole show using his space.
Man,
But
first
yeah.
show.
It was okay. Like we
First
played
song.
like 4 originals and like 3 covers because
Yeah.
we didn't have enough music, and
That's cool.
we don't play those songs anymore. But yeah, I mean it was a nice experience. Like it's a good way to start. I'm pretty sure everyone has played at the door or the Prophet Mark.
Oh,
like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We definitely played the door too much.
Exactly.
It was
yeah,
fun
that's
though,
not, you play
They
like 10 shows there, and then you start meeting other
Yeah.
people.
yeah. There's it's not the is it still the door?
No, I mean the building's still there, but
Yeah.
it's the address of the place, so it's like Deep Ellum 23, something like that. So like the address
Okay.
is the name of the
Okay. I think
venue.
it's geared more towards like metal shows now.
It's
Yeah.
always been.
Pretty
Metal
much.
shows
They'll
are
book
like-
anyone though.
Yeah.
They really would.
Yeah,
book
Yeah, I
anyone.
know it's easy to get a
So
show
cool.
there. Like the first show we didn't book it, but I booked a show there one time when some of our friends were coming from out of town. But yeah, it's very accessible. That's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Like you said, it's a good way to like you play there and you start meeting some people. And
Yeah.
then you venture out.
Yeah, for sure.
Deep Elm's a really nice spot.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of leads me to my next question. What's your most embarrassing on-stage mistake?
You start.
Man.
No, you go first, and then I'll let him go, and then me, because I'm trying to think about it. There's so many that I'm like, man, let me pick one.
I know, I don't believe the people who are like, I'm not really any. It's like, come on. We all
Nah.
make mistakes.
Something.
We all fall over or something, right?
What's
I mean, I
Yeah,
always
for
have
you.
those like my stupid like stands don't work, or like end
Yeah.
up like just
The
getting
microphone
loose when
falls on
like
you.
the microphone
Yeah,
falls
one
on
of
me.
the microphones.
But like I hate it when the cymbals fall. Like
Yeah.
the cymbals fall, it's just like there's no way you can miss. Like my sticks have fall. Yesterday when we played at Armory, both of my sticks fell. Not one out of my, both of my sticks
At the
fell.
same time?
And I just like fumbled them and I picked them up and I just started playing again. I'm like, how does that happen? I was trying to do a fill and they both like
They both-
intertwined. They both flipped. I'm like,
I didn't notice that.
I just tried catching it. I'm like,
See, like you get better.
Like,
yeah.
you
I was just like,
Yeah.
You get better at like recovering from those mistakes. Like
Yes.
like that's the whole like this is the most important part. Like mistakes don't matter. What matters is like being able to recover from those mistakes.
just don't
yeah,
stop
like
playing.
man, like you miss a note, you don't let that stop you. So you like jump back in and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, nobody, not a lot of people notice.
Yeah.
They really don't. If,
Yeah.
if it doesn't phase you, like
Yeah.
if they don't notice, oh my god, or like
Yeah.
you're looking around.
Even your own friends that know your music, so
Yeah.
like they don't notice. I mean, and it's not like they care if they did.
No.
But I guess like for me the most embarrassing one is like accidentally stepping on your tuner and they're like freaking out over like not knowing what's going on, where you're like, oh, like my amp just gave up, or like my bass is not working, but you don't see the little like red light on your tuner, and you're like,
oh my
and then someone comes in and then they're just like tap on the tuner for you, and you're like,
You're like,
I'm an idiot.
Thank you.
It's just like it's happened to me a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I guess it's not embarrassing. It's just funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta laugh at
yeah.
that.
There's
Or
so
like
many different like steps.
changing
you
the
gotta
lyrics
go
to your own music too. Like I do
Yeah.
that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. That's.
I would say that I tripped on you one time, or something happened. Yeah, where I just tripped.
Oh yes.
Yeah, where it's like when
But
it
we
happens
bo-
in the
we both
moment,
fell,
it just happens, and
Yeah.
I was in the ground like playing. I'm like, I can either finish the song here or I can get up. Well, we'll make
I
it
do this
work.
thing
yeah,
where like
whatever.
sometimes I get drummers to play the last song or something like that, and that's what we were doing. Oh, that's what I was doing. Someone else was playing, and I like didn't even see him. We both fell. Like,
Yeah.
it was horrible.
We both fell. And
Well, it was just like he
in
kept
the-
playing, so I'm like, whatever.
Just play it off. You're in the ground like this.
As long as you don't stop playing.
Man,
Yeah,
it's
of course,
fun.
right.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's cool. Like that's part of it. Like
Yeah.
mistakes and like like
It's cool
One
because
of
it's
the
in the
things that-
moment.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
like
the beauty
You
of
could
it.
Yeah.
press play on a computer while you fix everything, get ready and stuff. But yeah, there's just the raw imperfection.
like,
of just
man, you like. I think like if we ever were to play like a perfect show, it wouldn't be as rewarding as like playing a rowdy show where you like miss a bunch of notes and like your voice starts giving up. And
something's unique to that
yeah,
moment.
like man, like you can technically play like a perfect set, but you have to be standing there like a robot, like doing everything very precisely, and there's no fun in that.
No.
Like even like like you see all these like bands that you admire, and then you see them play a perfect set, but in a way it's not perfect. You know, like they miss some notes and stuff like that. And I noticed that when we saw Interpol last year, they did it twice, where they were about to start their song, and they went like 10 seconds into the song, like the drummer was off or something. It's like, oh, we're gonna start over, and they were just laughing about it. And these guys are like huge musicians, like they're worldwide, like so.
Something about that.
That makes you feel good too, like you see your heroes up
yeah.
there, and they're just messing up, and you're like, oh, they mess up too.
Yeah, we're all human, man. Yeah. That's the beauty of it, man. Live to play live. Every experience is different. And people go to a show to experience something, not just watch people just play music. No, they want to see a show, man. So that's why you gotta be all crazy.
Like, what's the point of playing a show if you're not kind of risking something? You're getting that thrill. Like, if it's just all, like you said, stand there like a robot, but go out there and make this the moment. Be in the moment. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's what the studio is for. You go there and play like a robot.
Yeah.
But still, like if you had no emotion, you're like, you'll hear it in the music.
Oh
so.
yes.
Yeah, you'll definitely tell. No feel.
The energy, that's like an unexplainable thing. The energy, the vibe. It's like
the
only
it's like
words we can
it's
use.
very like corny, but it's real. It's like, man, I can feel the vibe. I'm like, true.
You're just like, yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
You guys have any plans for a tour this year? Or?
Probably in the summer.
Yeah.
Just work, man. Work like
Work sucks.
limits you. Like, oh
that's
man,
true.
I'd leave for like 2 months straight.
They'll
But
probably fire me this
then,
year if I take some.
I'll come back to no job and then I can't play any more shows. So it's like,
That's tough.
But
man,
yeah,
trying to
maybe
figure
a
out schedule.
small run during the summer, 1 week or 2 weeks or something.
If you have weekends off, that's what we always try to think of. Like, how could we, I don't know, just every weekend play as many shows as we can.
Yeah.
Go out here this weekend, go out this.
Yeah.
But just to really hit something.
Yeah, and honestly, we were surrounded by so many good cities. Like Austin is 3 hours away.
Right
You can go up to Oklahoma City or Tulsa, and surprisingly, there's a lot to do over there.
Yeah, Texas is fucking huge.
This is big. Yeah. It really is, man.
What about artwork? You guys use anybody for designs?
Yeah, so
logos?
that one banner that you saw, that's our friend's girlfriend. She did it for the banner, and we did some merch with that too. But for the album cover or the EP cover, this one and the previous one, our friend Maddie, she's an artist, and she did both.
Shout out to Maddie.
Shout out to Maddie Stevens.
Maddie Stevens.
Yeah.
Okay. What about pet peeves of playing shows or being musicians? Like,
Oh, that's a good one.
Man.
Steve's.
I have a lot of pet peeves for being like a listener and like watching a show.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm just like, please, like let me enjoy this at least a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what
But,
you're saying. Yeah, I'm with him.
Yeah. Stage wise, I'm not sure.
I'm not personally. I'm not that picky when it comes to playing. Like, I'm just like I'll hook it up and like give me some reverb, more vocals, and I'll leave the rest up to you. Like you're the professional. It's like
I think the biggest thing would be just being able to listen to your bandmates. But I mean, I've had shows where we played a show in Philly, and they had like risers, and it was different stages.
it's like 3 stages.
Three
or
different
what?
stages,
Yeah, like
and
stage
so
on
they had
top
me
of
at the
the
very
stage.
top. I was literally like 5 or 6 feet off the ground, and then there were like 4
We
or
were
3 feet off the ground.
We were on the floor, and our amps were on a higher stage, and then he was on a even
higher
higher
stage.
stage.
Oh
There's
Like, no monitors though, like no
monitors.
monitors, and all I could hear was just me banging on the drums, and I'm like trying to hear the vocals or like a little bit of bass, and I just couldn't.
It was
I
a
like,
fun show though. It was and there was no people there because all the bands dropped. 3
yeah.
bands dropped from that bill.
I will like one of
That's
my
crazy. I wonder why.
one of my problems would be maybe having the sound guy say it's too loud.
Oh yeah,
Which
I'm with
we're
him,
not
yeah.
even we're not even
We're
in
not
that-
a loud band.
We're not even like
necessarily,
super
like-
loud band. But when they tell
We're
us to bring it
moderately
down, like
loud.
I wonder what they would say about
Other
some
bands.
like bulls from like
Man,
from
I
Fort
mean,
Worth.
some,
They're
like,
so
you know,
loud.
Like some of
Oh
our
my
friends,
God.
they're like loud bands. I'm like,
And I'm just like,
but we kind of
Okay.
learned to not really care about it anymore. Our friends are like, man, just pretend that you're turning it down and just like
Exactly.
crank it back up. And that's what I do now.
Yeah,
like,
sure, I got this. You just like.
I know. I mean,
I'm
I know they can do something about it. So dude, what's the whole point of coming to a live show?
Yeah.
It's a rock show. Just
is,
there for loud music, not
that would have to be
for
mine.
serenading you.
That would have to be yours.
Yeah.
That
Someone
would
told me
because
to turn down because it, man, like that's like your tone, especially have your amp
It's-
set
yeah.
and you know when it breaks up and it's like you tell me to turn down a little
It's
bit,
gonna mess
that's gonna
up
mess up my
everything.
tone. It's gonna mess up my pedals because my pedals are working with my amp. Like this is our volume.
You
adjust
spend
to
so
us.
much
Like,
time figuring
you
out
know?
like what you like and the perfect tone for you.
Exactly, man.
For someone else to tell you
Turn
to turn it down and then just screw everything
all
up.
your work, all your
And that
all
does
your-
affect how you play and how you feel throughout the whole set. No, I definitely am with you. So that kind of would be a pet peeve. But
That reminds me of the time we played with Bulls at the Grotto. The sound guy told him like, "Hey, can you turn down your bass amp?" And he just looked at me and was like, "No." Like just very serious, like, "No."
No, sorry,
What did
man.
the sound guy say?
And then he was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh, don't mic me. Like if you don't want to mic me, that's
Yeah.
fine."
I mean, that's-
And
that's
he was
another
loud,
option.
but it was like,
Yeah.
Top
good,
tier
man. They're a
tone,
loud man.
like-
It has to be loud.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
The person who's enjoying
But
it.
yeah, I mean, no disrespect to any sound engineer.
course.
They're
No.
they're
Yeah,
doing their
they're
job,
good.
and
Definitely
and
not.
honestly, they put up with so much
much.
crap. Like that pisses me off when bands give him up tough times. Like,
"Oh yeah."
can you do this for me? And like, oh, it doesn't sound good,
Yeah.
but they're rude about it.
Yeah.
If it gets to the point where they're just like, hey man, this is what I can do, I don't think you should be rude to them. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I
it
think
might
they're
be a pet peeve, like, oh,
Yeah.
why would you want me to turn it down?
Yeah.
But like when you're just being mean to them, it's like,
Yeah.
nah, dude. Like
Yeah.
they're here for
Yeah.
you pretty
Yeah,
much
exactly,
to help you out.
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
really
I mean,
only-
without them, the show
They
wouldn't
shouldn't-
happen.
wouldn't-
Yeah.
yeah.
we can have a full band, but if you don't have a sound guy, then
Yeah.
you're
I
out
always,
of
I
luck.
always think it's a good thing to like thank them at the end too. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
always.
Whether
Oh,
how
I
you
my
put the
drink
sound
was
on,
just
it's
like,
like,
yeah,
hey,
so
man,
we
thanks.
try to do that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Most
man, like,
definitely.
thanks for doing
And you
that.
definitely want to do it for the ones you like the ones who really cater to you, because then
Yeah.
you're like, all right, man, like you're
Yeah.
actually caring
Yeah.
about it. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's just a network. I mean, you'll see him in Deep Ellum at another
Yeah.
venue, and it's like, dude, what's up? And he'll remember.
Yeah.
You know.
I
It's
mean, we're
just-
friends with a lot of sound guys.
Exactly.
now,
yeah, and
it's
then
just
when it's
because
your
of
turn to
that.
play, they'll remember what you need. They're like, oh, three mics and
Yeah.
this and that. It's like, oh, you want reverb on it, right? And then just, it makes it easier on them and us. So
That's
It's
what's
like
funny. Like we play a show and meet these sound guys, but they, they're doing the whole show, doing 4 or 5 bands
Yeah,
for all that. So they meet so many fucking people.
So
yeah,
many
but for them to remember you is that's memorable.
everyone likes to be remembered, man. It's like going to the same restaurant and they remember you. It's like, oh, you don't need menus. I know what you got. Yeah. It's like the same thing, man.
They just bring the food out for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
Wow,
oh, okay,
that-
cool. Yeah. You guys
Come
know
to the
me.
front.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. Man.
band name. How'd y'all come up with the Sub-Sahara?
It was inspired by a song by Foles, actually, Spanish
okay.
Sahara, and
There's
I
no
mean,
meaning to it.
it's
Like,
not.
it's
Yeah.
just like,
It's just we thought about
yeah, when we got
the
together,
Sub-Saharan area.
you know, like we weren't even
And,
planning on like doing like a lot of like
But I
shows
thought
and
about
stuff
I
like
thought about that song. I was like, that would sound.
when we
cool.
first got together, you're like, oh, let's just play a bunch of covers of music because we were just bored, and we ended up liking what we did, and we were like, oh, what were we gonna name our band? And we were listening to that record, Total Life Forever, and Spanish Sahara was playing, and he was like, what about Sub-Sahara? I'm like, I like it. Let's go with it. That's it.
It
There's
sounds
no
cool.
no
That's
deep
great,
meaning
yeah.
to it, but
Yeah.
I think it's cool since I mean it doesn't like it didn't mean anything to us at the time,
Yeah.
and now with everything we've done with the band, like
it has a meaning now.
yeah, now it feels more
Exactly.
significant. You know.
Plus, I like
Yeah.
geography too, so it's
Okay.
like the only good subject I'm good at.
There you go.
I like
Yeah,
that
man.
though. We've been talking about that lately. Like a band name is kind of something you want that doesn't give too much of this or that when you hear it, and
Yeah.
when the music attaches itself, like it becomes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want, man. I like it. Sub-Sahara, it's super cool.
It is pretty cool, man.
What's
Don't
your
forget the dash.
yeah?
That's
the
the
dash. Okay.
Dash.
So
Don't fucking forget.
Don't forget the dash. Oh, I've
dash
gone up to
exists
like
for a
I've
reason.
gone up to like posters and I just put the dash.
Just put the
like,
dash.
Yeah.
Scary as Sharpie.
Let me fix that up for you.
Every time you see it, just put a dash.
That's awesome.
great.
I'm gonna make sure I do that if I ever see a poster without it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really
You're gonna
appreciate it.
get dash checked. You didn't dash it, bro.
Creative process. Like, how do y'all write? Do y'all just go in and kind of jam?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he'll do a beat or I'll do a lick and he'll do a riff or something. It's like, hey, just follow this. Oh, we just start piling things up on top of it and that's it. or we'll just start jamming, or yeah.
Yeah, everything's flexible. Even like when we feel like we have a song, and when we record it, we're always like constantly messing with stuff.
Yeah.
And like even like the way we play it live,
Dude,
it's like separate. It's a separate thing from like whatever we record.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
also-
like it's all about the evolution, man.
It is.
And then lyrics come after.
Yeah. And then playing it live, you can see like how people react, and it's like, oh, for live, we should actually take that a little bit longer and bring it down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then for the album, we'll do it like this. Yeah, I totally get that. Because it's all about the experience, you know. It's all about the experience.
It's like a different animal.
It
know?
is exactly.
There's a lot of different things that can, you know, you sit and you play and you write, but then you record it and listening back, you're like, that's, or when you're playing it live and feeling the way people feel it, you know. But do y'all jam a lot live, or do y'all keep it pretty tight?
No,
Only
yes.
a few songs, but
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the songs are just very structured, and but they're different than the recordings.
No.
We'll go longer bridges, or like
Okay,
we'll
cool.
repeat a chorus, or do like instruments, just vocals and stuff like that. Yeah, but there's a few songs where like he likes to bring drummers on stage, and then he'll take over the mic, and
That's
and,
cool.
that's, and
cool.
we have no control over it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Like
It's
depending
funny
on the
when that
drummer.
happens, because like they'll be like, oh, I don't know how the song goes. And it's
Like,
just
just
we'll follow you.
I know you're a drummer. I know you can do that.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do like a heavy breakdown, we'll follow you.
Yeah.
So like that's why like.
That's great.
But I guess like I understand how they feel. Like you just grab them up on stage, and they're really like they don't know
Trying
what
to
to do.
figure
So
it
like
out.
we should let them know. It's like we'll follow you. So
I mean,
do
there's been
whatever you
times
want,
I'm
and
just
we'll
like,
follow.
do this, I'll sit there with them, and I'll leave them do whatever,
Yeah, start them
it's-
off. And
That's
It's
cool,
definitely
man.
fun to see like what they come up with. Like it's pretty
Yeah.
straightforward, but a lot of people play differently, and
Yeah.
it's really fun.
that's
Yeah.
something that's
That's-
super unique.
that's
to
I mean,
super
I've
sure.
had like 3 drummers on stage at
One
the same
time
time.
we did.
One time,
Oh,
like,
shit, dude,
about like
that's
extra
cool.
drums, everybody's just beating on them.
You just hand
that's-
out drums in the
Yeah,
crowd
yeah.
with sticks and stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
That's a good idea. We should
Yeah.
start
That
doing
is
that.
pretty cool, man.
We're gonna
That
steal
is
that.
really cool.
Get all the tambourines
Yeah.
and shakers. That's really cool.
I'm just waiting for someone to like give us a curveball and like give us like a reggae feel like.
Oh, be like, oh, wait, be like, let me turn this fuzz off.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty
that's
cool.
great. I was gonna say earlier when you said you can't ever when you're playing up on that riser and you can't hear them at all. That's when like anytime I couldn't hear them, I'm like, you guys are following me because
Yeah.
whatever I play, I don't know where I'm at. You guys are just gonna have to hear me.
Yeah.
Let's see, spirit animal. What's your spirit animal?
Oh man.
Ooh, I have no idea. Just
I don't think I have a designated one, but I like alligators, and I love dogs. I like big dogs.
I said a panther.
Panther. See, there
Yeah.
you go.
Panther. You?
I don't know, a sloth or something.
You're just roasting on yourself a sloth. He said it. He said we didn't say anything.
Can you imagine a
I'm
sloth
like,
playing the guitar like Elvis? No.
I can
Sub-Sahara.
feel for the animal.
You'd be
okay?
playing
It's
reggae.
like,
A sloth would play reggae.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
It's like you're chill, I'm chill, we would get along.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it worked.
He's
Those
not
are the
that
best
chill. Don't let him
answers,
just.
man.
Nah,
No,
he's not
no.
that chill.
He's not that chill.
Until you know him.
Oh yeah, everyone thinks Elvis is chill, but get to know him, like he'll be like,
That's
he'll give you an attitude,
No.
which is good. I mean,
It's like cranky chill.
you least expect it. Like, oh, I thought you were chill.
I know, right?
What's up, man?
See, like I'm straightforward. I'm mean to you, like yeah, mean. So you know I'm mean, and then you don't get any surprises.
That's right. No BS. That's great, man.
Best show you've ever seen?
Man, you're kidding us with the hard questions.
Yeah.
It could be local or touring.
I got one not because of like lighting, sound wise or anything, but like a few years ago, we saw Preoccupations when they were Viet Cong, and we got to see him in like a festival area, but they played an after show after like after hours or whatever, at the Sidewinder in Austin.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
And it was just like we were at the front. It was full of people, and the sound was just so
one of the
loud. Like
loudest
my
shows
ears
for me
were
too.
almost bleeding at the
Yeah.
end, but it was amazing. Like
Yeah.
seeing them in a small like little area with full of people, it was great. And that's also one of my favorite bands. So
Yeah, definitely. That was one of the, and it was his first time seeing them. Like,
Yeah.
they had never even heard of him. Like,
Who was it again? I'm sorry.
Preoccupations. They were called
yeah.
Viet Cong.
yeah,
back in the day.
formerly known as Viet Cong.
Viet Cong. That's cool.
Yeah, you know why they had the change.
We went to go see Mets at Mohawk.
Oh man,
With Moni
That was
and
a good show
Shrubs.
too. Oh, that's tell him a story about that show.
that show was I don't even know why I didn't mention that one. That's one of my favorite bands as well, Mets. But work is always
An
a pain
issue.
in the ass, and so they didn't let me get out early or have the day like a weekend. Like I think it was like Friday off, so I could drive with them, and go see him in Austin. So I had to work on Friday, and they didn't let me out early, and I was just like, I might not even go. And I looked at the time, like, you know what? Screw it. I got off of work like at 5, 6. The show would start like at
The show
8.
started at 9. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna
yeah,
go
you
home,
got time.
shower,
Yeah.
and leave. So I drove all the way to Austin, and I didn't even stop. I'm like, I want to go because they usually don't come to Dallas. And when I got there, like they were probably like mid set, and they're the last ones.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even buy a ticket because it wasn't sold out or anything like that. I got there, it was like half. I saw half of their set, and they only charged me like $10 to get in. So it's been like one of the cheapest shows that I've been to for like a bigger band, and one of the greatest shows, and I only saw half of the set.
Wow.
I
was
almost
just-
beat him up because
I got there and they didn't even like I don't think they knew
so
I
there
was
was-
gonna get there. Or, yeah, they
I was
did
up front. I didn't know he was gonna get there. Like he said he was coming the next day, and he showed
To
up
just
on
hang out,
Friday.
yeah.
So like I was up front, and people are moshing and stuff, and I'm not I'm not in the pit. I'm just on the side. But someone comes from behind and picks me up. So I turned around and was like, what the hell? Like, who the hell is this? So I turned around and I just like pushed him, and it was him. And he ends up falling on the ground. I'm like, I'm so
He
sorry.
ends up
man.
pushing me in the like mosh pit, so
Yeah,
I'm just
like,
like
he
falling
tripped
He's
on
like
the-
and fell.
apologizing.
And
to
he's
us,
a
like,
big
oh,
dude. Like he was like, why are you picking me up? Like, but it was him. He's my little brother, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're brothers.
dude, very cool, man.
They
That's
always think he's
awesome.
the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 he's younger,
nice,
but-
man.
And how'd
Dude,
y'all meet?
wow.
How'd y'all?
Church.
Yeah, we used to play at
Yeah.
church,
Dude,
and
very
we've known him
cool,
for like
man.
years now. So.
I used to go to a bunch of shows, and we would always talk about the gear that's on stage instead of the band. And we're just like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah, that's so
You know,
funny.
it's
so
like
true.
when you're waiting for the band, and like people are like, oh my god, so and so's about to come on, but you're like, dude, check that out. Like, look
Yeah.
at that rig, it's so sick.
Seriously, man, I'm the same way, man. Like when I
Yeah.
saw the Black Angels at Trees,
Nice.
I'm like, man, that's a Vox Jaguar, a Farfisa, 2 Mellotrons. I'm like, oh my gosh, they have all this stuff.
Every
Man,
other
I'm
minute
just-
he's like,
I'm
they got
addicted.
this with that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You start naming the year of it.
Yeah, right. 67 Vox Jaguar. Oh my God, something bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This won't be out for a few weeks or so, but what are some upcoming shows? You guys, do you have any?
Yeah,
shows
we do.
booked?
We are playing this Saturday for the Boiled Owl 7th anniversary.
That's
They're
Fort
celebrating
Worth.
their 7th
Yeah.
anniversary, the Boiled Owl in Fort Worth.
Very cool.
And we've never played there. I've been there a couple of times, but I'm really excited
Who are
for
you
that.
playing with?
We're playing with Trauma Ray, and I forgot the other 2 bands. I'm sorry.
Trauma Ray is pretty big right now.
Yeah,
People
Trauma Ray,
really love
they're
Trauma.
good. Like, they make me like shoegaze because I'm not big on shoegaze. Like, I listen to the mainstream bands like My Bloody Valentine, Slow Dive, and But when I saw them, I'm like, man, I need to listen to more shoegaze because these guys are amazing.
They're solid.
They're
Yeah.
solid.
They're
yeah.
super solid.
We're gonna get them on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
That's cool. Anything else after?
Yeah, we're playing Duel's album release in February. It's February already. My
Yeah.
bad. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a little. So we're playing.
And since
on-
this isn't coming out until later, we
Yeah.
also have like South by stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
South
Oh yeah.
by.
so
So
we're
maybe
doing
by
South
the time
yeah.
this gets out.
South by, yes.
Very nice.
Some unofficial showcases. Yeah, we're playing February 15th at Ruins for Duel's album.
Ruins.
Duel's album release show.
February
15th.
15th. Okay, that's cool. I like Ruins, man.
Yeah,
Ruins
it's
is
a
so
cool
cool,
spot.
man, and it's a new venue too. So
Yeah.
the gear is brand new.
Oh, yeah.
We actually played the very first
we
show
broke it
there.
in.
Oh,
Yeah, we
really?
broke in the
That's
whole
cool,
gear.
man.
Man, like
Who'd
all
you play
that
with?
stuff.
Do you remember?
We played with Aztec Death, Mountain of Smoke, and The Well.
Wow.
The Well from
that's
Austin.
pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard of The Well, but
By looking at all the records you have here, I know you'll like it.
Yeah.
I know they're yours or Caleb's, but
yeah.
But
Caleb's,
they could be
but
both,
They
for
could
sure.
be either.
you will like the Well.
Could be either.
Yeah, like,
Okay,
like
yeah.
heavy stoner, like
The Well,
like, just
okay.
like metal band. They're
Very nice.
amazing.
Yeah, I like Ruins too. That is a newer spot. Do you know when that? Well, you played the first show. When was that?
That was April last year.
Okay.
But the restaurant opened a month before. Because they were still setting up the whole stage and the
food is
sneakers
really
and all that.
good, too.
The food is, as a Mexican, I approve.
Yeah, man,
Shout
that
out
food
to
is,
Ruins then.
man, their food is amazing. They have good drinks. They have
Very
spot
nice.
Well, shit.
and it's owned by the same people of Armory.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you have
Which are
like
really nice.
yeah, you have
and they're-
this Hungarian inspired or like
Yeah.
influenced venue, restaurant, bar.
I was kind of
Armory.
weirded out by Armory's menu. I was just like, what
Yeah,
is
no,
this?
it's-
What is this? But,
People say their octopus is really good, and I haven't tried it yet.
Like calamari or is it?
I think it's
It is,
octopus.
It's
Yeah,
octopus.
it has octopus.
I'll
Yeah.
try that.
that's Caleb all day. I'm not a seafood
I'm a
guy.
seafood guy.
Yeah.
I love seafood.
I had some cheese sticks there, and it was like something fancy.
Yeah,
It was like a
yeah.
triangle. I'm like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just cheese
Oh, they
sticks.
have these like
Gourmet.
big.
It's just
like,
cheap
man, I'm
sticks.
getting hungry. Like, man, I should have got some food there yesterday.
Yeah.
It's good. Armory, Ruins,
And
do it.
yeah.
Thank you guys for coming out, playing some songs for
Seriously,
us.
man.
This was super
Thank you guys for
fun.
having us. It's super fun.
This is awesome.
thank you.
Social media.
Yeah. MySpace, AOL, LinkedIn.
LimeWire, you know.
Yeah,
Zanga,
yeah.
yes.
What are the other ones? No, I'm just
Can't
kidding.
think of the old ones. You hit them all, man.
No, it's like
Is
Instagram.
it dash? It's Sub-Sahara.
Well,
Always
yeah,
got
on
the dash.
on Instagram you can do the dash, so you have to do an underscore. Underscore Sahara
okay.
on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook, and we're on Spotify, Bandcamp,
Bandcamp. Okay.
Apple Music, and all that good stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Hope 2019's a killer year for y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll have y'all back whenever y'all have like a new release or something.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll definitely do release something later on this year.
Very nice.
Probably during like summer or fall.
There's gonna be a lot of good locals.
Because we do have a lot of songs that are like
Ready to
we're
go.
developing right now, so
Yeah.
they're brewing.
Brewing, yes, like the one you were jamming in there.
Yeah, like that
Great,
that one.
that's
Yeah.
Great. That was great. I
So
like that.
see, that one is we only have the foundation for that song, but
Okay.
we'll add second guitar,
All the
lyrics, and all that
fun.
stuff
Yeah.
later on. But
Very
that's
nice.
that's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
It all
That's
sounded
great, man.
awesome, man.
I'm glad you like it. That
Dude, oh yeah.
gives me a
man.
confidence
Definitely.
boost.